This is a pretty typical day in our bubble. It's around 6:30 in the morning. My husband gets up around 6. I get up at 6:30. First thing we do is to let Prince Kevin in, of course. Then the next thing I do is I get my husband's breakfast and lunch ready while he is in the shower. Today I am making him a sausage egg with a little cheese burrito. And then he is taking a chicken sandwich, which is made from leftover chicken from a dinner a couple of nights ago, for his lunch. I don't normally buy a whole lot of lunch meat. I just cook extra meat when I'm making dinner, and we use that for lunches. The chicken is great for sandwiches, and it's also great to make salads and stuff with. Breakfast and lunch are all wrapped in a paper towel because sometimes my husband does not have access to a bathroom or just somewhere where he can wash his hands. He lays hardwood floor and tile, and sometimes that means he's in new construction, or a lot of times he's in older construction and the water just isn't on. So I like to send him in paper towels in case his hands get really dirty. He also gets a little snack bag of mixed nuts with some dried fruit, and usually, like, there was a Baby Bell cheese, and then he gets a little bag of chips. The burrito normally consists of a wellness wheat wrap. I like the wellness wraps because they are higher in protein, but they are also really high in fiber. And fiber is something that, just as Americans in general, we don't get enough of. So one of these wraps has like half the fiber you need in a day. By the way, I'm not sponsored by them. I just think it's a really good product. There'll be a couple more products in this recording that I am not being sponsored by any of these people. My channel is way too young for sponsorship. These are just products that we use. So now that his burrito is finished, it's tied up on one end and wrapped in the paper towel, just like the sandwich. He does prefer a burrito in the morning because he eats it on the go, and it makes it a lot easier to eat. After breakfast and lunch are ready, I prepare his coffee to go and my first cup of coffee. I generally have 2 cups during the day. Oh, it's still really early. It's still before 7 o'clock in the morning, so excuse my yawn. So after filling our cups with coffee, we each get a scoop of creatine. Now, we do not work out. I have put the creatine in our diet to help with just our muscles in general, to help them heal. We're both around 50 years old, and I think that at this age, we work hard, and our bodies need all they can get to help them heal and repair. Now, I also put 2 decent-sized scoops of collagen in our coffee, and this is just for little added protein and to help our aging joints heal themselves as well. Collagen is also really good for your skin, nails, hair. Since I have been putting collagen in my coffee, I literally have to cut my fingernails now, and I never had to do that before. I also have to feed the dog. Our dog is allergic to the earth, pretty much. One of the only meats she can eat is pork. And on the rare occasion that I have found a dog food that is made with pork, I have to go to like a holistic or specialty dog food store to find that. It's got something else in it that she can't have, like a spice or a preservative. This is pumpkin. She can have pumpkin as well. This pumpkin was canned from jack-o'-lanterns that people had left over last winter and gave to me. She also gets a thyroid pill. Poor Angel. She just has too many problems. We also have a turtle. This is Panama. We turn her light on, and I am babysitting my mother-in-law's bird. So the bird's not too much trouble. We just talk to it periodically and put it in front of a window. I have had to watch out for Kevin, though. Another animal we have that most people don't see, this is Callie. Callie can't hardly eat hard food anymore. She has to be served soft food. And then I go work for 4 to 5 hours each day. After work today, I decided that we needed some chocolate chip cookies. This is just a basic chocolate chip cookie recipe found in any cookbook. Now that that's done, the weather has been quite a bit cooler here, very unseasonably cool. I'm in central Kentucky, zone 6B, and we should be extremely hot right now, and we are not. We are only at around 76 degrees today with low humidity, and that is really cool for us. But the cool weather has got me wanting to make sure that the wood beside the door is well stocked up and we are ready to start once it does really get cold. Things will warm up again here, just not this week according to the weatherman. We are still supposed to be in the 70s, but normally August and September are our hottest months. And for once this summer, we're actually in a bit of a drought. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that we've just gotten a just tremendous amount of rain this year, along with lots of other people I have found out. But the big wood pile that I am taking the wood from, we are wanting to move all of that wood. That was not the best place for it. That last log, I swear it sounded way louder in person, but it sounded like that log blew up. That was just a knotty piece, and it was hard for the log splitter to get through it. But safety first, so I moved out of the way. Normally, when I am filling this space up with logs, I go to just under the window. Now, if you look right behind me, there's a couple of garbage cans that are full of hardwood scraps. Like I said, my husband lays hardwood flooring and tile. It is all solid wood, unstained, so we can burn it in our stove. I can cook with it. It's just like raw maple and raw oak and anything else. Very little cherry. We don't see cherry very often. The hardwood pieces are added to larger pieces, like these big pieces of the log that I'm splitting up. Some of them look huge, but I supplement in with the smaller pieces and they burn great because the hardwood flooring that he brings home is not stained. I can also use it if the electric or anything goes out to cook with. we do have one of the largest Fisher stoves that they ever put out. It was called a Grandfather Bear. And so it's quite large. If we do lose electric on the rare occasion, I can cook on top of it if I want, and then I also cook within it with the help of like aluminum foil and aluminum foil pans. I actually really enjoy when the electric goes out for a while because I like cooking on the stove, and sometimes I do it just for the fun of it in the winter. We also have a small solar set up, so if the electric goes out, we can still charge things and have lights. Now I'm pretty much done with cutting up wood for the day. Straighten up the stand that the log splitter is on. My husband built last year or the year before, and we just cover it with a cheap grill cover. Now, what I'm doing here is I leave our socks out in the sunshine. And I saw somewhere that it helps to kill any bacteria that may be in your socks left by sweat or, just general feet. I don't know how else to explain it. It works great, to be honest. Our socks smell awesome. They don't smell like feet or corn chips or anything yucky. Like I said, we're hardworking people and we sweat in our socks a lot. So anything I can do to keep things fresh and smelling better, I do. Giving the chickens a little treat. It's just a little dried sourdough starter in a plastic container. Aren't they sweet? Now, I need to water things, and this includes my sourdough starter because I am needing to make some bread this evening. Sourdough starter looks great. If you would like that recipe, I'll put it in the description below. My husband got home early today and discovered a whole nest of eggs.
Thanks, honey.
$17.
17.
Nope.
So now we're going to go in and float all 17 of these eggs. I swear, when you have a homestead of any size and you have farm type animals of any kind, there is just no surprising me lately on what might happen each day. There literally is never a dull moment around here. All the eggs were good, nobody floated, and so I have to head out to the garden, which is what I've been doing every day, to collect tomatoes. So I, for the most part, grow smaller tomatoes because they fit in my food mill and I don't have to cut them up a whole bunch. It just eliminates a step in the process. One of my favorite tomatoes are the yellow pear tomato, which are these. I swear, these make one of the best spaghetti sauces. It's kind of a funny color, but it is delicious. Even though these tomato plants do not look all that great, matter of fact, you can't even hardly see them, I am still getting a ton of tomatoes off of them. They are the ones that were affected by the rust fungus. Now, this patch of tomatoes are the ones that I moved that came up voluntarily out of the compost, and I did not manage to spread fungus to them, and the plants are just huge. We're not expected to get our first frost until close to the end of October, and these really have just started producing a lot for me in the last couple of weeks, where the other tomatoes are almost finished. I do pick the tomatoes a little early. I do not let them vine ripen, mainly just because you stand less of a chance of them getting eat up by bugs or other critters like raccoons and such. That looks like a pretty good haul. Now back in the house, I am starting to make our loaves of sourdough bread. I did make 3 loaves of bread today. But the tomatoes from a couple of days ago need to be dealt with. They actually just sit in the basket in the kitchen for 2 to 3 days, and see how nice and red they all are. So they're ready to go into freezer bags and be placed into the freezer until my tomato crop is fully finished, and then I will make tomato sauce. Oh, I did pick through all of them and make sure that no one had rotted or gotten any moldy spots in the 2 days that they sat there. So they'll be put in the freezer and probably added to again tomorrow. This is one of the bags. I have about 6 of these right now. I had to go up and make sure the chickens, everybody had food and water. There's Mama. Mama has been my broody chicken, and she's just come out of it. I'm taking it easy on myself for dinner. We are having sweet potato fries from my local grocery, and we're having some cut up broccoli and zucchini. This is for our breakfast burgers because I'm out of them. I'm using a seasoning from Trader Joe's that I just love. And for dinner, though, we're having chicken, and I have put some of this garlic parmesan wing sauce. Got it on clearance. But we didn't care for it on wings very much, but it is really good on chicken, and it was almost gone, so I figured we would just use it up. Everything's getting cooked on the Blackstone this evening. Really hope you guys had fun hanging out with me today. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.